How many institutional investors have applied for a Bitcoin ETF in the past week? And is this truly the great Bitcoin accumulation phase that some are claiming it to be? What if this is all a fake out? That's what is the topic of today's video. This is my effort in encouraging you to have a thought experiment on what the future of Bitcoin looks like in countries like the US, like Europe, like countries that are crypto friendly, like countries that have banks that are now acting as custodians, Bitcoin custodians for their customers. Before I get into it, I do want to encourage you guys, if you appreciate these videos, please hit the like button and hit subscribe. We put out videos every single day doing our very best to keep you up to date on the development of this cryptocurrency space. If you want to know what we are doing with our cryptocurrencies, you got to check out the CT Club. We give you guys updates on the market, what we think, how we think it's developing price-wise, also what coins we are buying and selling, and what our cryptocurrency portfolio looks like. Additionally, we have a link to our Discord down below. We got thousands of people there. It's a really great community. If you guys have any questions, if you want to bounce ideas off of our community, make new crypto friends, that's a great place to start. Go ahead and check the link down below in the video description. So that's right, we have 5 new Bitcoin ETF applications in the past 5 days. Just to give you guys another recap, they're from BlackRock, Fidelity, Vesco, Wisdom Tree, and the latest, Valkyrie. Valkyrie has been denied a few times. They have a futures ETF for Bitcoin, but now they want that spot ETF in the US. So these are really heavy hitters in the traditional financial system. Are they trying to hedge their bets in the situation if TradeFi fails, if the fiat system fails, if the banking system fails? Are they going into crypto because that's the future that they see could happen? Or is it because their customers are demanding to have access and exposure to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies? There's an interesting quote from Bob Diamond, who is the former CEO of Barclays. He says, let me go ahead and read it. He says, "I love seeing some of the mainstream firms get involved." Well, Bob, that's just you. Personally, I don't like to see Bitcoin becoming conformed into more of the same, and that's inevitable what's going to happen when these institutional investors start dabbling more and more in crypto. They're going to turn it into what they already know. That's my opinion. Toby might have something different. If you want to know what Toby's opinion is, you got to check out what he's going to be posting about tomorrow. I'm going to say a little bit more about that at the end of this video as well. But something tells me these institutional investors who are investing other people's money for them aren't going to be too excited or enthusiastic or encouraging of things like self-custody, anonymity, privacy, peer-to-peer interactions, and overall autonomy, as we crypto enthusiasts might value. Also adding to the bullishness, this new sentiment that is overcoming the cryptocurrency space, Cameron Winklevoss is calling this the great Bitcoin accumulation, the time when you will have access to Bitcoin prices pre-IPO, when all of these institutional investors get these ETFs passed. He thinks the price of Bitcoin is just going to skyrocket. And in fact, according to the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index at this time, let me go ahead and read off for you, we're at 65. That is officially just in the greedy territory. And adding to that positive sentiment, if you don't believe me, the Federal Reserve Chairman is saying that crypto appears to have staying power as an asset class. Notice he didn't say Bitcoin, he said crypto. So what does this mean for the SEC? And, a side note here is he's saying, oh, crypto appears to be having some staying power as an asset class, despite their best efforts to convince the public otherwise, right? Finally, they were just trying to suppress the price as much as they can so that they could fill their bags. Plenty of reasons to have FOMO about owning enough Bitcoin. The price is a very superficial one, believe me. Here's where the thought experiment is going to come in. Ready? What if these ETFs are rejected again from the SEC? Valkyrie has tried plenty of times to have an ETF, a spot ETF pass, same as a Wisdom Tree, as well as many others, Grayscale included. And to add to that thought experiment, there was someone, forgive me, I forget who this was, I did not screenshot this post. Basically, this person is saying, pump Bitcoin, crash Bitcoin, create financial strife, introduce a CBDC. problem, reaction, solution. But my question to you and what I'm thinking is the market cap of Bitcoin and even at the whole cryptocurrency sector, it just pales in comparison to other asset classes by far. So will the crashing of Bitcoin create enough financial strife to justify, the unleashing of a government issued digital currency? Probably not. At least that's my opinion. I know Toby thinks very similarly to that. If you don't believe me, go ahead and make sure you're subscribed with the bell notification so you'll get notified when tomorrow's video comes out with Toby, and he's going to be sharing his thoughts on the logistics of being a retail investor in countries where institutional investors are owning the game, let's say exchanges, wallet providers, basically gatekeeping your access to cryptocurrencies. But back on track here, Toby and I both agree that we think these ETFs will be passed, and it will be very beneficial price-wise for Bitcoin, at least in the very short term. But what's going to happen is as these institutions are gaining exposure to Bitcoin and are pivoting towards the cryptocurrency sector, they're going to start investing in trying to affect how this cryptocurrency space looks in their jurisdiction, ultimately acting as custodians over these cryptocurrencies for millions of people. Are we going to be the pirates? Are we going to be in the black market? Are you ready for that? Are you prepared? Do you know how to protect your privacy in a way that allows you to freely interact with cryptocurrency? There's a great channel from Naomi Brockwell, MBTV. She's all over the place on YouTube, on Instagram. Highly, highly recommend it. She's got classes, she's got ebooks on a lot of information on how to protect your privacy, which ultimately grants you a lot of freedom. Anyway, if you want an extension on our thoughts on how this new move from institutional investors will affect crypto as a whole for you, you gotta hit subscribe and make sure you watch Toby's video tomorrow. If you wanna know what Toby is saying on Twitter, I highly recommend you check him out at SirCryptoTips. The link for that is down below in the video description. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good one.